Hello, it's the morning after, and I have a race recap. But before I get into the race recap, there's something that I would like to address. There's something that I don't feel enough people talk about. And lots of people talk about the eternal glory of finishing the marathon, that pain is temporary, that Strava is forever, that only 1% of the Earth's population will run a marathon and how amazing it is. But you know what no one talks about? 30 minutes after the marathon, your entire body is going to seize up. Then you're not going to be able to sleep at night. And then the next day, you are going to be stiffer and sorer than you have ever been before. And I don't know if that's just like a no shit Sherlock moment, but I didn't expect it. I didn't expect this. And I don't know if it's because I'm a marathon virgin, I didn't get enough mileage in my legs, or if this is just how it is because it's hard to run a marathon. But I'm sore, bro. I'm real sore. Let's get into this race recap. Marathon morning. Is it 5 a.m. yet? Just before 5. Walking down to the G now. Yeah, I'm excited. And a little bit scared. It's a pretty crazy feeling walking towards the MCG all lit up in the dark, knowing that's going to be the final destination for our adventure today. Since I purchased the very important runner package, it meant that I got access to the G at 5 a.m. I could go in, drop my bag off, I could use the allocated toilets for the VIR packaged runners, which, don't get me wrong, there was still a bit of a line, but way better than general public. I had access to coffee in that room, and then I got to take it all in before it was time to get started. I did my warm up in the VIR room with some dynamic stretching, some activation drills, and then I just used the distance from the MCG VIR room as my warm up to the start line, which was about 8 to 10 minutes. I don't know what I was expecting, but the sea of people absolutely eclipsed my expectations for just how busy this event is. Even getting to the start line was pure people chaos. I'd hoped to run with the 4-hour pacer group so I could just slot in with people, but I could only get as far as the 4:45 pacer group in the start line, so I just had to stand there behind an absolute sea of people. And then it was time to go. Jess Hull rang the bell to start the Melbourne Marathon, which was pretty cool. And as I went past, I'm pretty sure she gave me a cheeky wink and said, "Good luck." Love you, Jess. The first 3 kilometers was pretty hectic, as you might imagine. You are just dodging bodies, people cutting in front of you, people wearing over-the-ear headphones with no fucking clue of their surroundings, just cutting in front of you like pure Muppets. But you ignore that because you're all out here running through the streets of Melbourne on a journey, and it's pretty cool. Now, I'm not sure what happened at the first water station for Melbourne here, but it was after the 3 kilometer mark, and the right side of the road had no water. They were just waving people to the left side by the time I got there, which made for a massive pileup on the left side of the road in an attempt to get water. One thing I found, and it could just be a me thing as I reflected out on the roads, but running a marathon is a really solo experience, at least I found it was anyway. And don't get me wrong, running generally is a solo experience. But even though you are surrounded by like 15,000 people, everyone is just running their own solo battle, but you're all on the same road. That's pretty fucking deep. Going through 10 kilometers, I was doing pretty well, just over 56 minutes, and I was feeling good. 0 issues with my tibia, which was a huge bonus that was worrying me, so that was great. And even my annoying hamstring was playing the game. Running up pit lane, and we got some lowrider vibes, which was really awesome. This actually put a massive smile on my face. And a huge shout out to this king behind me from the Chad Factory Racing. His kit was absolutely amazing, and I love the photo bomb. bit over halfway and I was still traveling really well. 21.5 kilometers on my watch. I was tracking just over 2 hours, so I was exactly where I'd hoped to be. But I did see some crazy shit on Beaconsfield Road that I want to talk about. For starters, one guy ran past me at like 5:10 pace, talking on his mobile phone. And I don't mean like talking through his Beats or his headphones. It was phone to ear business, running past me, just chatting on his phone. And I thought to myself, you aerobically gifted asshole. I then saw 2 people running barefoot, and this blew my mind. But kudos to you, sir, who I filmed with your feet. You're amazing. Another check-in here at 30 kilometers, 2 hours and 52 minutes. And I knew this is where my marathon was technically going to really start. My goal was to get to 32 kilometers. And then I figured the hardest part of the marathon was probably going to be 32 to 37. And then once I got to 37 kilometers, it was just another park run. Which was a funny thing to keep telling myself because I've actually never ran a park run, but I just kept repeating that to myself. I got to 37 anyway, and this is when things started to get a little bit shaky for me. My body took off to Cramp City. Calves, quads, adductors, hamstrings, both sides, just taken in turns to random fire. It was pretty awful. And I was just hoping like hell that my body would hang on and not seize up till I got to the end. I saw some absolutely shattering scenes on the way to the G in the final few kilometers. One guy down at the 41 kilometer mark on the side of the road, and another one at the 42 kilometer marker. I could not imagine coming so close and then your body giving out. Pain. And then I was done.
What a vibe. Done. 3:58 on my watch. It counts. My calves are cramping, my quads are cramping, my hamstrings are cramping.
And then it's through the finishing tunnel to get your medal, to get your t-shirt. And then the sickest part comes from it. They make you walk up these fucking stairs. All right, so there you have it. It was a phenomenal experience. I did the Melbourne Very Important Runner experience as well. And not because I'm a good runner. I think my vlog process kind of shows where I am with that. But it was the only package that I could get. But I really recommend it. Like, honestly, I got to have access to the G at level 2 at 5 AM. I didn't have to worry about bag drop because you've got a massive room where you can just go put your bag in. There was coffee in there. After the race, could go back up there, get your bag easy, shower, food. There was like a light 10-minute massage you could get as well, and a bunch of free goodies. So I really do recommend that experience. It made the marathon really easy in that aspect. You know, from the race recap, I just don't think I had enough mileage in my legs. Ideally, I think I would have loved like 2 or 3 32 kilometer long runs and then a 35 or a 36 just before the taper started, and I ended up with 1 32 long run, but that's just the way it is. And I think I did pretty well with all things considering. I am pretty happy with it. A huge shout out as well. Someone in the VIR room came up to me at the end of the marathon. They were walking and moving a lot better than I was, and they'd done 5 or 6 marathons for their experience, but said they really enjoyed my videos. And I was pretty shell-shocked after my marathon, so I didn't say, well, I said thank you obviously, but I didn't say what's your name. So thank you so much to whoever that was. I honestly really appreciate that so much, and I'm sorry I didn't say, hi, my name is BJ, what is yours? But absolute legend, and you were moving a lot better than I was, so kudos to you. Moving forward, I don't think I can keep doing Road 2 videos. I think that'll become a little bit repetitive. So I've decided that my next goal is going to be to try and run half marathons for probably a year. I don't know, maybe more. But I think what I want to be able to do is get a half marathon at 4:30 average pace, which is completely unrealistic right now. I don't even think I can run a kilometer at 4:30. But that's where I want to think. I think that's where I want to get to a half marathon before going back to a marathon. And then I would love to run like a 3:30 marathon, which I think is 5-minute K pace. So I think I need to be able to run a half at 4:30s for that to be achievable. So that's what we're going to chase. I'll probably make videos around that and how I go about hopefully getting there. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Big thank you to everyone who tuned in for this series, commented, supported me. I had loads of help from so many people on the outside that kept me sane and kept me from doing stupid stuff, even when I'd already done stupid stuff. So a big thank you to you too. And I'll see you all in the next video. Oi, settle down. See you on the next one.